Right, I've just accidentally cleared it, but there was E08 on the screen there, error 8. It suggests a fuel problem, but while I'm here, I'm going to just check. Hang on, zoom out. There we go, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm just going to check the, I forget what it's called now, temperature sensor. So it's on the top of the housing, so you just unscrew that, and then that should just, there you go, that slides out. Be easier if the bongo wasn't in the way. There's always a bongo in the way. There you go. So it's that's the temperature sensor. So it's the green one. So I just want to have a look just to see what it was. So you can see it there. Because I might just order one anyway, just for a spare, but it just plugs in there. They're only like £5 or something. You just, as far as I know, you just take that little clip thing, retaining clip out, which pushes down on that sensor thing, and it just sits on the top. I think it's just like a little thermistor, so as the temperature changes, the resistance in that cable changes, and then the little mini ECU thing reads the resistance of that, and then it knows what temperature it is, as far as I know. Yeah, it's a little green one, so at least now I've got an idea of which one to order, just because I might as well just get a spare one anyway, just in case if it isn't that, it might go wrong in the future. So it's handy just to have another one. And that there is just a little glow plug. Hopefully it's not that, it shouldn't be. Anyway, cool. Well, apologies for the wind noise. What I've done, just to check, I've taken this 2 meter extension exhaust thing off, and I've just temporarily excuse me, put this the old one on, only because I don't know if it's coincidence, but when I changed the exhaust, it wasn't long after that this started to happen. The error started to happen. So I'm just going to prove that it's not that by putting that on. Looks like I've had a bit of a leak there as well. I'll have to check that. Yeah, so I'm just going to prove it. So I'm going to chuck that on and just do it to here, like exhaust to there, just to see if it comes back. So obviously I'm not going to leave it like this, that would be ridiculous, and I'm not going to be in the van because there's going to be a lot of fumes and the intake's just there somewhere there. So I'm going to put the cover back on that in a second, restart this and just see if we get the error again. Yeah, obviously, like I said, I don't recommend doing this if you're in the van, because all of that exhaust is going to rise up and then go straight into your air intake. Sorry about the wobbly camera movements, but it's kind of hard to film down there. I have actually ordered a new camera and some GoPro accessories so that I can wear the GoPro, so it'll be a lot easier to film rather than holding the phone all the time, which would be good. But anyway, right, I'm just going to go and try and give that a go. Right, no good. I've just run that, and it's still quite warm actually. Yeah, still getting that error, so hopefully it's not that. I'd rather it not be this, because I don't want to have to muck about with that, because it's quite nice having it right over the other side. So yeah, I think it's got to be a fuel issue, surely. I haven't even looked at the fuel yet. There's a bit of water coming down, I think that's from the drain up there. So, oh yeah, that's right on that. But the fuel pump works, so I doubt the water's an issue. I'll move it anyway, because I haven't even noticed that, but that's not going to be great having that there. So right, I'm going to move that. There's a lot of air in there, look. Aha. Look at all that air. Maybe that's it. I did, on some of the other video, I can't remember which one it was, one of them, ignore that flapping around, by the way, that's normally clipped back, but it's just for testing purposes. Somebody said about just ditching this, because it is after the fuel filter of the van anyway, so I might just get rid of that, because these are a bit of a pain. There you go, there's a bubble. Did you see that? Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to undo this clamp and this clamp, and then I'm going to ditch this section and just connect that onto there, just to see if that's any better. So I'll get back to you in a sec. I just started her up. It's on H6, which is like flat out, but obviously it's just doing the startup process. Got the little glow plug on in the bottom right, fans on, fan symbol bottom left, So we're just gonna see what happens. I don't know if you can see, maybe. So I've kind of see that, not really. Wow, this is amazing. There you go, kind of. I've ditched there you go, there's the bubble. So I'm hoping, I haven't re-primed it, I'm just sort of hoping that it's gonna push itself through. It might fail to start the first time, which I think is an E10 code, but I'm just gonna see what happens. Can't be bothered to take the fuel pump off, or the pipe off the thing and prime it, so I'm just gonna hope for the best, basically. God, this is some awful camera work there. Anyway, right, let's have a look, we'll see what happens. Right, so I've ditched that. Like I said, I've just started her up, and I can't see any air bubbles now. Apologies for the wind noise, by the way. I'm basically in a gale force million wind at the moment. And oh, the pump's jumped out of its thing. I better put that back in. One sec. There we go. That's better. But yeah, we're still on temporary exhaust at the minute, just down here. So I'm trying not to breathe any of that in. So I'm going to get out of the way now. Hopefully she'll run sweet as a nut then, and I can get the extension exhaust back on and give it another test run just to prove it's not that. So fingers crossed. So I've just stripped this out, as you've seen. It doesn't look too bad in there, to be honest. Just try and get the light in there. Kind of see it, but it's a little bit coked up. I've just given it a little scrape with the screwdriver just to see, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. The other thing that I've checked is this. I mean, this looks a bit ropey just here. Don't know what's going on there. Might be just, maybe this is leaking or something, this little bit. But the gauze all looks good, or whatever it is, that little mesh thing inside. And also this hole there, that's clean or clear, so that all looks fine. I'll give it a good clean anyway, but yeah, so far so good. So I'm just going to scrape all that junk out of there, give that a clean, and then yeah, I'll get back to you, see how it goes. Right, she's back in, fixed down again, I've left that hose off for a minute. They're all plugged in. Switch is on. Let's connect this charger just so we got decent, so we're not draining the battery too much. What are we at? 13. Oh, that's all right. Right, let's give it a go. Switch her on and hope for the best. H3 on. Okay, let's turn that off. The fan is hitting something. But what it is hitting is the question. Let's take this off altogether. There you go. That's better. It was just those little peg things. Right, let's put the cover back on for a sec. Right, let's try again. On. That's better. I'll just put that over there for a minute. Right, there's probably a lot of contact cleaner probably left in the brake cleaner, whatever it is. So it's probably going to stink when it starts up and smoke a bit. Why can't I get this in? Oh, it sounds like it's lit. Yes. Get out of the way because I'm getting fumed out here. Lots of smoke. That definitely sounds like it's lit now. Whether it's running on brake cleaner. Oh no. It's gone out. Oh no, we're going. Yeah, whether it's running on brake cleaner or diesel is another question. Because I left a little bit in there just to help it go. A bit like an easy start. Seems pretty good. Air's getting warm. If it does run properly, I'm going to crank it right up and just leave it run for a while. Just to burn off anything that we put in there. Yep, it's gone out. Poo. Right, let's turn that off for a sec so we can light the glow plug again. Oh, it's just errored there, error 8. Leave that fan run for a minute. Yeah, error 8, bugger. How annoying. Right, I'm going to take the fuel line off and run the pump and just give it a good prime and then try again. Fingers crossed. Right, I think it's these two, and then that one. There we go. Right, I'm going to give that a good few primes now. So you can see it on the camera, just down there, there is a bubble, 100%. So whether they're making their way through, I don't know. Nothing. Right, so after all that I got really annoyed with it all because it started to rain and I was just getting shirty, so I just didn't film anymore. But basically the that last bit with the bottle, the line was in the bottle. I pressed prime like 2 or 3 times and there was nothing coming out at all. So I mentioned earlier in the clips video, whatever, that I didn't notice the drips of water, so I had a look at that while I was in there, and the sunroof drain leads right to where I put the diesel pump, so that might be it. So I don't think the pump's working. So what I've done, so how many times have I said so? Leave a comment below if you've counted, that'll be interesting to know. Anyway, I've ordered a new pump. That was 14 quid I think from eBay, so I've ordered that. Should be here not tomorrow, next day, so I'll fit that, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood, that we will be alright. And I'm going to move it obviously away from that sunroof drain, so there's a little tip: if you're going to fit one, don't put it under the sunroof drain, because only an idiot would do that. So we will move that. I'll probably put it at the other end, maybe, I don't know, nearer the source of fuel, and go from there. So thanks for watching. If you made it this far, well done. This was a bit of a longer video than I planned, but I've been pulling my hair out trying to figure out why it's not working, so I'm pretty sure it is that. So we'll find out in a couple of days when it arrives and I fit it and I'm nice and warm, hopefully. And I've still got a couple more jobs to do for the MOT. I get distracted and I ended up doing this diesel heater, and I don't even need it yet. It's not even cold out really, but it hasn't got an MOT, so I'm making a warm van to sit on the drive, so that's not really good. Got a new tyre in a few days, that needs to be done. Change the back light bulb, and then hopefully we're there, ready for the MOT. So anyway, I'm rambling, I'm babbling. Thanks for watching. Subscribe below if you haven't. Yeah, thanks a lot. See you later. Bye.